exploration for food, for cuisine, for various places has taken me today to Satara. And I am actually in Satara, at a place which is situated right now. It's a big resort which is situated in Satara at Kasarwadi Bambolim Road, which is placed at 1200 meters sea level. So Mr. Sachin Savan is the owner of this vishrampada, this huge mansions here, and we are here to see how he is going to actually welcome us today, treat us today, and show the various kind of the food delicacies, the residential things, and the parties that goes on around here for hours and hours. So guys, please follow me, because after me following this, I know you people are going to sure follow this. Come, Mr. Savan Sahib at Vishrampada. So apart from staying, see we are right now exactly behind the cottage where we are staying is exactly next to the swimming pool area. So it's a very huge property, like what I've been showing to you. And today he has made chicken. This is a dry chicken. You can see this dry chicken, and this is a gravy chicken, which is like a soup kind of a thing. Okay, see there's a soup that is coming in. This green color is the soup that is made over for the chicken soup. Stew, I want to say it's a chicken stew, it's a chicken gravy, it's a dry chicken. So this is kind of a meal that is so if we try to give him an order of a 1 kg chicken or 1 kg mutton, that's or a 1 kg stew that has been made, it will be charged 300 rupees. Thali is charged 250, this whole meal. But what is cheaper is giving him an order of a kg on the kg prior basis. So mostly the people who come to stay here right now also, and I can see there's a huge family. You can hear the back sounds actually going on. There's a huge family that has come to stay, about 15-20 people. They are vegetarians, so they have ordered for some other cuisine in the veg style, which I'll be showing you, which has been prepared in the kitchen. But for us, this is a special non-veg menu. So all these things are included into the package. It's all concessional. So I would always tell you guys, if you want to have an enjoyment, if you want to have a rest in your life, you have to take a stop at Vishrampada. I'm right, Bamnoli. Bamnoli is situated like 1,200 square feet high above the sea level, and this is exactly behind the Koina Dam, and the place where I'm actually invited today here for my exploring the curries on the various plateaus to be made. This resort is called Vishrampada, and Mr. Sawant had just arranged a lunch for us with some chicken curries and all that like food we were watching. In the meantime, you can just see around the whole resort that I'm trying to show it to you, because the main event is going to start by the night, and that's the main curry exploration that I am on. So let's go, guys. The food that's going to be cooked here today, the curry that's going to be cooked here today is not fish, it is mutton. So it's going to be cooked in a very local ethnic way. There's the villagers from this Bamnoli village who have got this raw mutton, fresh mutton, and the spices and the curries that has been made for this special curry is all the local spices that are available here, not all those other spices, those 10, 20 spices which are available in the market, like cardamom, like cloves, like cinnamon. There's nothing in it. The lady from this village, the way she's cooking is only on the charred coal. The onions being roasted, the coconut being roasted on the coal. You have got garlic and you have got ginger, that's it, and onion and tomatoes. That's the only ingredients that are being used in making of this mutton. And the mutton is being cooked in its own flavor, it releases its own oil. The way it starts, the taste is actually like, because these goats, these sheep, these are all farm feds. So there is no started lighting up the wood fire. Actually, cooking on a wood fire, adds a rich smoky flavor that you just can't get from the gas or maybe, even electric stoves. And it takes some skill, again to control the heat. But once you get the hang of it, it's a very rewarding. And this is my privilege today that on Women's Day, this fine lady show me exactly how to make a mutton curry. Onions to it, some chopped onions. It's trying to stir fry them. So until they become a little bit reddish brown in color. So as you see, she's waiting for the heat, actually to get up and catch up with the exact. They exactly know how this wooden fire can actually lit up properly at what temperature. It's a very difficult task, but it's amazing to see the way she's lighting it up exactly, and she knows that the fire won't burn the onions which she's actually frying or maybe stirring them, sauteing them. So here she goes again, stirring it and sauteing them in the oil. Actually, what she's going to do is she's going to saute some of these onions with some red chili powder and a little bit of ginger garlic paste, and she's going to add the total mutton into it and let it cook, with adding up little water. So the mutton cooks up and a nice stew is ready, and at the same time the mutton pieces are getting nicely cooked. That's the basic process. How she's going to do there. She's adding some red chili powder, some turmeric, and now we are going to tomatoes, sliced one, and here comes this one more bit of green chilies that she added. She's again stir frying everything. You can see it's hardly a color that has come to it. It's not going to be any big spicy red curry, but it's going to be a stew, mutton stew that she's going to make. The purpose behind it is to basically get the mutton pieces cooked properly, so that later on when she makes the mutton in a dry kind of a curry, the mutton doesn't loses its own flavor also, and at the same time the spices or the roasted spices, whatever available that she's adding into it, coconut, they don't burn at a longer time. So in the meanwhile, you can see she has raised up the flame by putting in some more wood inside. She's trying to stir fry, saute those onion and tomato till they become soft enough. Yeah, you can see them now. They've started losing their water. Getting fried properly. We shall try to fry the ginger garlic paste till the raw smell of the ginger and garlic, goes off. Okay, she's put in some more wood. One theory I came to know from this, and that one secret that she told me is that never add salt to your initial cooking when you're cooking a mutton, because then your mutton tends to be very chewy. Add it when it's 80% cooked. Here now she adds in some more wood and balancing the temperature. Exact mathematics that only she knows. I'm trying to adapt it from her. And the onion and so the mutton pieces are now being stir fried in those cooked onion, tomato and the coconut paste. Okay. Okay, she's adding water to it. बरं हे पाणी किती वापरणार याच्यात?
पहिले थोडं वाफल्यासाठी टाकायचं.
हां.
नंतर आपल्याला जेवढा रस्सा पाहिजे तेवढं टाकायचं.
अच्छा.
किती लोकांचं आहे त्याच्यावरती असतं.
ओके. आता याच्यात तुम्ही फक्त सूप बनवणार.
हां.
अच्छा, आणि last half an hour is getting cooked. This mutton stew. Madam, जरा open करून दाखवाल दे तुम्ही. See, she's showing us. Now this is a mutton stew that is been getting cooked. That's for last half an hour. You can see it's purely and purely mutton soup. Mutton is oozing out all its flavors from inside. In its own oil, it is started releasing its own oil. Now I'll be checking whether the mutton pieces have been cooked properly or not. Separate the pieces separately. So let me first check whether, oh, I think the mutton is still hard. It needs another, oh, it's too hot. No, it needs another, I think so, another half an hour. Yeah, it needs another half an hour. The mutton will need another, I think so, maybe 15-20 minutes. So another 15 minutes would be required. She'll put up all the lid on the container and pour some water up so the steam cooks the mutton nicely. So the whole process is in such a way that the mutton stew will be made, the stew will be kept separately and the mutton pieces separately. And now the main process after this cooked mutton, the process of making the mutton curry will start happening. Cooked properly. Now this is the main ingredient that is getting cooked. Now again on the oil, the onion and the tomatoes are getting coarsely fried on it till they will turn brown and the tomatoes will start losing its sour taste. Look, she has again kept aside a little bit of tomatoes and onion. Maybe she'll again put it into the second round. She's stirring it and frying it properly, sauteing it. The coarsely grinded ghati masala, which we call, which is made from dried onions, dried garlics, dried red chilies, dried cumin and dried ginger. She's added that and she'll again saute the onion and tomatoes till, and she'll fry till it starts oozing out oil in it. She's adding some more. She is trying to flame up a bit by pushing the woods inside. What a technique. Now the ginger and garlic paste, ginger, garlic and chilies, they have been grinded into a paste. They are stir fried now. Onion, coconut and cumin, which have been roasted till brown. She'll add as per the quantity in such a way it started smelling so nicely now. Oozing out oil. She'll cook it. Look at the flames getting high as the wood is pushed inside. She's constantly stirring it so it does not stick to the pan. She's not losing a second enough so that it does not stick to the pan. Look at the pot stirring. The onion, coconut, garlic, ginger started. Oh, look at the fragrance. So all the paste have been sorted properly. She's adding the stew broth that she had made to liquefy a little bit. Now adding the leftover stew that was remaining, she will try to make a liquid kind of a gravy and stir it properly. You can see. She will let it cook for some time on a medium flame. She has controlled it, covering it up with a lid. And I'm going to taste part of that spice actually, how it tastes. I'm trying to even check if the masala is cooked properly. Just sorted it very nicely. Sorted it very nicely. Now we just wait for the mutton pieces to go on there. That will be, let's see how the whole flavor comes out. Now adding those boiled mutton pieces which have been cooked very nicely. I think maybe 10% of it will be again blended again with that total spice that she has, cooked, the kind of sauce that I would say of all the blended spice. And as you see, the way the complete blended spice, that paste, the stew, the broth, and the separate, boiled mutton pieces being totally blended into the curry, and a semi-thick kind of a curry has been formed. I think in this episode, I have exactly like all my other episodes, I have tried to show the recipe properly being cooked, by those original ethnic kind of. So you can see the leftover broth also has been poured in, and this is going to be feast. Now what she's going to do is, now she will let it simmer for some time, so the mutton pieces will absorb the spice, the salt that she has added later on, and all the masalas getting blended. This is going to be a very nice feast today, and the mutton curry is literally done. In another 5 to 10 minutes it's going to be ready, and I'm going to sit for feast. So now as you see, the plating is ready. Mutton curry, nicely made, stew, chapati is there, and this is a special Indrayani rice. Hi. So the food has arrived and I'm going to feast on it.